Changing snowpack, faster snow melt, and higher heat are some of the big factors contributing to our changing water supply. The Regional Water Authority, along with their regional partners, just released their Watershed Resilience Plan for the American, Bear, and Cosumnes rivers. Here to talk more about what that means is Ryan Ojakian with the Regional Water Authority. And Ryan, let's just start with the basics here. What does Regional Water Authority do?
So we bring together local water suppliers so that they can solve problems that no one agency by themselves could solve.
Okay, and we mentioned the Watershed Resilience Plan. How did this process evolve?
So it started with a grant from the state of California, really asking this question that was a little bit different, which is, what are the challenges that the region is faced with from climate change on a watershed scale? So from the source to the tap and all of the challenges that presents, much of the things that you spend time talking about, Monica, like we were just hearing about wildfire, not necessarily something that we talked about a lot in the water area, but very much relates to impacts to water supply, flood, drought, extreme heat, which we're talking about a little bit more too now these days, right? So looking at all of those things in relation to how does that fit in with water delivery, right?
I mean,
so it's a different question than we've asked in the past.
Yeah, certainly. It's a super important part of life going forward, you know, having access to water. So what were some of the key findings in this project?
Really big things were 60% less snowpack by mid-century, 20 days over 100 or about 20 days over 100 moving forward, and a 19% increase in extreme weather events that could lead to flooding. So really the nutshell is we're going to see even more extremes than we've seen in the past, and we've got to start preparing for those things.
Yeah, and really knowing what's coming so you can prepare, I think you're right, is one of the key indicators of how to have access to the water. So what does this mean for some of the water basin users?
Really what it means is we've got to think more holistically, right? Like I mentioned it from source to tap, right? And so we have to think about what are the full scope of challenges and then the full set of solutions to those challenges. So it's not just what are we doing about when we're in the second or third year of a drought, but what are we doing to be prepared for all of those extremes that we just talked about? And what is our plan to do that? And how are we evaluating projects so that they're having those holistic benefits?
And we have less than 30 seconds, but I did want to get to this. This is one of 5 pilot programs in the state. So how is this going to use this as kind of a platform for others? So the goal there is to make this a blueprint for the rest of the state, again, to take that source to tap approach.
And so we'll see. DWR is evaluating our plan right now, but we've got early positive feedback that they like a lot of what we did. And one key part of that was that's a little bit unique is we spent a lot of time and energy reaching out to the community to hear from a lot of different voices than we have as opposed to in the past, right? So it's not just a water agency plan, it's an all of us plan.
Okay, and if you want to find out more about this plan, all you need to do is go to the plan and path moving forward. The details are online at Regional Water Authority. Ryan, thanks you so much for being here today.
Thank you.